Hello, I'm Reagan Box, and welcome to Reagan's World. Today is January 25th, 2023. Today we're going to talk about Disarming of America. It's estimated that the United States has given $100 billion in aid to Ukraine, with an estimated $27 billion of that being in military equipment. Not only is the aid crippling the American taxpayers, but also depleting our military of supplies. Seth Jones, a senior vice president at the Center of Strategic and International Studies, says the protracted conflict also has exposed the strategic peril facing the U.S. as weapons inventories fall to a low level and defense companies aren't equipped to replenish them rapidly. Biden has already told China that if they invade Taiwan, then we will come to protect them. And we are not only giving away the very weapons that we need to protect Taiwan and our country. Not to mention that because of Biden, the strategic oil reserves are at a 40-year low, and why would we be selling them to China if we are going to war with them? So far, from a Department of Defense fact sheet released on January 25th, 2023, this is what we have given Ukraine. Over 1,600 Stinger anti-aircraft systems, over 8,500 Javelin anti-armor systems, over 50,000 other anti-armor systems and munitions, over 700 Switchblade tactical unmanned aerial systems, 160 155mm howitzers, and up to 1,094,000 155mm artillery rounds, over 5,800 precision-guided 155mm artillery rounds, 10,200 155mm rounds of remote anti-armor mine systems, 100,000 rounds of 125mm tank ammunition, 45,000 152mm artillery rounds, 20,000 122mm artillery rounds, 50,000 122 Grad rockets, 72 105mm howitzers, and 370,000 105mm artillery rounds, 298 tactical vehicles to tow weapons, 34 tactical vehicles to recover equipment, 30 ammunition support vehicles, 38 high-mobility artillery rocket systems and ammunition, 30 120mm mortar systems, and approximately 166,000 120mm mortar rounds, 10 82mm mortar systems, 10 60mm mortar systems, 2,590 tube-launched optically tracked wire-guided missiles, 545,000 rounds of 25mm ammunition, 120mm ammunition, 10 command post vehicles, 1 Patriot air defense battery and munitions, 8 National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems and munitions, missiles for Hawk air defense systems, RIM-7 missiles for air defense, 12 Avenger air defense systems, high-speed anti-radiation missiles, precision aerial munitions, 4,000 Zuni aircraft rockets, 20 Mi-17 helicopters, 31 Abrams tanks, 45 T-72B tanks, 109 Brady infantry fighting vehicles, over 1,700 high-mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicles, over 100 light tactical vehicles, 44 trucks, and 88 trailers to transport heavy equipment, 90 Stryker armored personnel carriers, 300 M113 armored personnel carriers, 250 M1117 armored security vehicles, 580 mine-resistant ambush protected vehicles, 6 armored utility trucks, and the list just goes on and on and on. So why are we giving away the very munitions that we will need if we are going to enter conflict with China. Mr. Jones says, the bottom line is the defense industrial base, in my judgment, is not prepared for the security environment that now exists and is better suited to a peacetime environment. He goes on to say, how do you effectively deter if you don't have sufficient stockpiles of the kinds of munitions you're going to need for a China-Taiwan Strait kind of scenario? The problems with the industrial base, in part the result of an outdated military contracting procedures and a sluggish bureaucracy, are now affecting the ability to create a credible deterrent in the Indo-Pacific region or face off against China in a military conflict. The same number of Stingers that we have sent to Kiev represent the same number of systems sent abroad to be exported the last 20 years. The number of Javelins, the shoulder-fired missiles sent to Ukraine since last August, is equal to the last 7 years of production. The 1 million rounds of 155mm ammunition was already at a low range when we sent it. So this is my personal question. Why are we disarming America? Why are we weakening our country's ability to both protect and defend? We all need to write to all of our congressmen and senators and demand that they quit giving aid to Ukraine and promote bills and laws that strengthen our military. By strengthening our military, we will bring stability and peace to the world. Let's not forget to be the change you want to see and never give up.
You and I have lived too long with this miracle to properly be appreciative. Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. Knowing this, it's hard to explain those among us who even today would question the people's capacity for self-government. I've often wondered if they will answer, those who subscribe to that philosophy, if no one among us is capable of governing himself, then who among us has the capacity to govern someone else? Using the temporary authority granted by the people in increasing number lately, at all levels of government, have sought control even of the means of production, as if they could do this without eventually controlling those who produce. And always they explain this as necessary to the people's welfare. The deterioration of every government begins with the decay of the principle upon which it was founded. This was written in 1748, and it's as true today as it was then. Government is the people's business, and every man, woman, and child becomes a shareholder with the first penny of tax paid.